Alright, so this is my second travel vlog for my series on going to Cairns in Australia. And in the previous video, which I'll link in the description if you're interested, is about scuba diving in the Great Barrier Reef. So that's one of the main things you can do out there in Cairns. And for the second is about going to the Kuranda rainforest in the north side of Cairns. So if you're more interested on that like naturey, like woodland, tree, hiking kind of vibe, and you don't want to go scuba diving, then this video is probably more for you if you are planning a trip to Cairns in the first place. So yeah, hopefully some of this is helpful or just gives you a little preview into what you can expect when you go to Cairns. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is go to the Cairns Central Station, and from there you can take a train through the Kuranda Scenic Railway up to the Kuranda Station, which is basically like the entryway into the rainforest. Inside, you just kind of got to get comfy. They have these like nice little cute like cups for the like water machine, so if you need water, you can get water. Otherwise, you can just like sit down. So there's another few stops that it'll make within the city before you actually get out onto the path up the mountain to the rainforest, but they give you this little pamphlet which gives you a lot of the sort of stops along the way you can look at. But once you get out of the city and you hit this sort of like field landscape with the mountains in the background, and they look just like really beautiful. I remember when that like landscape opened up, once you get past the trees, it's like really amazing. And then like as you're going on, you just see a lot of you're kind of like in the middle of this like, I guess, mountain tree centered path, so a lot of times you'll just be seeing trees for a good amount of this like trip. But occasionally, like through the trees, the valley does pop out and you can see it, and when it does, it's just like a really good view, and it goes out way further than just the tree line, so it's pretty nice at that point. And you'll get to see it again like later on in the trip. You'll get a better view of the valley, but it at least pops out initially for sure. And then like you'll go through like all these tunnels. That's pretty normal. I feel like they have tons of these tunnels. Like I think I went probably like at least over 10 tunnels like in the whole thing. But so you keep going through these tunnels and you pop out and you're back to like the views and back to sort of like passing by trees and the sunlight coming through the trees and things like that. And at this point, the like announcer person is gonna like give you a warning that there's like this sort of bridge kind of area coming up. You can kind of see it coming here, yeah, like with the bridge. And this is the Stony Creek Falls area. Well, like this gorge here is pretty crazy too, but like the main view is the Stony Creek Falls here, and they're definitely like besides the views of the gorge, this is like the first main exciting thing to see. And then like if you look out the window as you pass through, you can kind of see the visual of the train cars behind you, which I think is a cool shot. And then you've got these like signs which pop up here and there. They did give you like a little kind of guide to like all the different stops along the way, so that's pretty helpful to just orient yourself. Once you get out of Stony Creek Falls, like you'll basically still be in this kind of valley view area for a while. The view of the mountains might pop in and out from these sort of cliff rock formations that go across, but if you look down, like you can see a lot into this like huge gorge. It's super tall, like looking down is like it's quite deep. So then after that, there's like a station coming up, like a stop, and it's the part of the Barron Gorge that is like has a waterfall in it. And then like as you get over to this like Barron Falls area, they actually let you get out of the train. Like they'll slow down the train and let you out, and then you can kind of walk, take like a 5 or 10 minute break, and then you can just kind of get some nice photos, nice views of the falls there, and then you're sort of like back on for a little bit until you actually hit the actual like Kuranda station that you land at. So you sort of land at this platform, and there's a few different like little shops and things like that. As you get off the train, you can see they got some like decorations. They have like different monuments and like sculptures and things like that. And then, so I was hearing about on the train, like the announcer was saying they have these like famous like mango smoothies or something. So I was like, all right, I gotta try it. To be honest, I would say it was like pretty mid, so I wouldn't say it's like necessary. But yeah, when you actually get to the like Kuranda village itself, then there's a lot of like cute shops. Like there was this one I saw that had these coconut bowls that had this like ceramic inlay, so I thought those were pretty cute. And then they have this like flea market. They have these like cute little turtles that are made of seashells from this like auntie there, so those were pretty cute as well as like gifts. There's my friend Grace's head, and we got some smoothies, and then went down to the actual like trails through the rainforest. So these were pretty nice in that they were all like lined with pavement, so they're like easily walkable, and they have some like wooden paving as well. So yeah, at that point, like, it's pretty fun to just kind of like look at the things on the ground, like the canopy floor. And when you walk over here, they have this cool creek thing here. It's sort of like a stop on the way deeper into the rainforest, and it's a nice little break. So you can go over these bridges, and I just also love how the sun kind of comes through the tree lines. And yeah, they have like these weird like fruit things, I don't know what you call those. And the forest itself is like really, it's nice when or it's cool how like all the moss has like grown over like things like fallen trees and all that. You can tell like certain things have just been developing on like the landscape for a while there. And then we came over this like bridge. I have no idea what it says on the sign, to be honest. Like, I was like, it's been eroded crazy. But the actual like river here, or this creek or whatever you call it, is pretty cool. There's a lot of alligators here. So you can see like there was this one guy, he was kind of sniping one of these. Like it was like an albino crocodile or alligator or something. He was like showing us showing us it like hiding among the brush. So he was cool. Just like random people you like come across on the shoreline there. But then yeah, like on the way back, you sort of like get to the terminal, and the cableway is up here. So this thing has got all these like rail cars that you kind of jump in, and each one of them I think fits like four to like 3 to 6 people probably, and they're pretty fun. I mean, I would say though, like, it is a little bit scary, which you'll see in a second. It's kind of like if anyone has gone to the Nongping 360 in like Hong Kong. It's just kind of takes you in this little car like really high into the air on these cables, and I guess it's similar to going skiing or something, but you're just over like these giant landscapes or these very deep areas, like this kind of like river. You're just sort of flying over it, and the views are just like great, but it is a little bit scary. But if you're not worried about that, then the views are amazing. Like, you can look down on the canopy of the rainforest, and you can also see like different like birds flying around and like living in the tops of the trees. And you end up passing through a few of these like checkpoints. So there's like a stop you can get out along the way and see some of the views and just take photos and look at the Barron Gorge that you stopped at before. So that is a pretty fun part of like the way down if you take the cable car. And also, just like one note is like, you don't really have to, there's 2 ways you can do it. Like, you can go up the railway and then go down the cable car, or you can go up the cable car
and down the railway, I believe. But I think for us, we found it to be more fun to do the cable car like at the end of the trip. It's kind of relaxing way of just going home. So but then after that, you have like this nice cableway connection bus that can take you to the city or like the inner part of the city, where at this point, like it was like a full day. You basically need like a full day, like at least 6 to 8 hours to do all this. And at the end of it, like we were pretty hungry, so we went into the city and went to grab food. So at this point, I was like super dead from the whole day too, like hiking so much. But the ride back was kind of enjoyable. Like it was like comfy, so that's good. We looked at like a couple different places, but the best place we found was this like skewer place. So it's called like Skewers Lover. I don't know if it's still there, but I'd recommend stopping there for lunch if you like need lunch. So got some good skewers, and that was pretty much it for the trip.
So yeah, I think the next video I'll probably make will be on Peru. Like when I went to Nazca, Peru to do the Nazca lines, I felt like there were some things, it was like slightly confusing. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. But yeah, either way, just hope you have a good day and everyone take care out there. So